nervous. I'm not normally nervous. I want to thank you all for being here. And this first one's going to be from the book that's coming out, my first novel that's coming out. And it's an alien abduction, science fiction movie, and it's called Saved by the King of Onus. I'm going to be reading from chapter 2 and what happens in Tajar's freighter 200 years after she was abducted. Why is it so dark? As she reached for her bed covers, Pamela's hands encountered only air in her PJs. She struggled to open her eyes. They felt glued shut. She rubbed them with her knuckles until she cracked them open a sliver. What the? It was never this dark in her room. Power outage? Last night was dinner with Jody. There's no way I drank that much wine. She rubbed her hand across her face. Oh, she's okay. She rolled on her right side. She reached for the lamp at her bedside, and her fingers smashed in the metal. She pressed her palms against it, and she used her hands as her eyes, touching her way along the side and over her head. What the hell? Frantically, she pulled her legs up to her chest and pushed with her feet. It won't move. Where the hell am I? She kept pushing. Can't stand small places. Sweat beads formed on her forehead, remembering when she first went into foster care. The boys chased her and locked her in a toy box. She'd been so scared she'd had to have a nightlight for years, and she still could hardly go into a closet without panicking. Her heart beating a rapid beat. Let me out, please. Let me out. She woke herself, yelling in her sleep. Jason Rosary, art critic, my ass. Anytime I paint something unconventional, your reviews are snarky and personal. She murmured, you can't box me in. Art is revolutionary, not superfluous, you jerk. She rolled over, one arm flung out and smacked into the wall. Oh God, I'm in the box. No. She slammed her fist against the lid, curled her feet to her chest, and pushed against it. It didn't move. Who would do this? What do they want? Oh God, help me. She slammed her hands against the top until the pain made her stop. She pleaded as loud as she could. Please, let me out. Someone, please. Help me or I'll die in here. Her sobs changed into whimpers as she drew herself into the fetal position. The whimpers became sighs as she slipped into a troubled sleep. Silence woke her this time. Feeling like a cheerleader, she wanted to be in high school. She pumped herself up. You can do this. Nothing has ever beaten you. You will get out. Each time she said it, she got louder and louder. She centered her palms on the box above her chest, pulled her feet to her feet, placed them between her hands, and she pushed. It felt like forever, but it was only one deep breath. Okay, didn't say it'd be easy. She used everything she had until her legs and arms shook like rubber noodles. Break time. She listened for any kind of movement. Silence. Can anyone hear me? Help. Somebody help me. I'm locked in here. Please help me. Bracing her back against the bottom, she pushes until her arms give out. All right, self. We'll give it one more go. We got this. So push. Pamela pushed and the lid moved. It scraped like nails on a chalkboard. It stopped. Someone or thing lifted the lid, allowing a small bit of light to filter around her. She bolted panted as she scrambled to the farthest corner. Her breath caught as two protecting eyes with horizontal pupils stared back at her. Who are you? Where am I? Why am I here? Now, it's booked, isn't it? This other one is coming out in the other book I'm publishing next month. I work with 9 other authors, and we're actually called the Transcendent Authors. We've got a name, we're building a website, and we write beyond. And this one is called Trapped, and it's paranormal. I do want to say one thing about the 10 authors. All of us write of different genres. This next book is Spring, and it follows the autumn book I have over there on the table. Tolerance was our first book that we put out. Shaking so badly from the cold, I woke myself up. Confused, where was my salt rock nut light? Unable to see well in the dark, I shouted, Robbie, where are you? I couldn't see my hands. Where am I? Touching my head, I felt a hard surface that was smooth, but had ridges dividing it. With both hands, I found my headlamp. Switch it on, came a firm, direct, feminine voice from over my head. Great, must have hit my head on something. No one but me was down here. Headlamp. I remember now. We, Robbie, and 3 men, one a guide, and the other 2 were hired labor in an emerald mine in Zambia. Last anyone to check, we were at 150 feet below ground. I switched on my headlamp and peered down at myself to find I was covered in dirt and small rocks. I remembered everything. I shook my head. I wanted so badly to get rid of the things I saw in my mind. Robbie, my BFF, the one person I trusted more than life, had betrayed me. We'd been friends for 20 years. Why had she done this? It couldn't be money. We had both earned enough over the years. We didn't need any. I threw a pebble at the top of the landslide Robbie had made to seal me in. We've been through so much together. Rumble. I'm not very good at being an earthquake. The sound of shifting dirt. Rock broke through my musings. Crap, an earthquake. Nope, rarely felt underground. Cave quake? That explosion was too close to me. It might have triggered it. I tried to stand, but the shaking threw me to the ground. It covered me with another thin layer of dirt. I whispered a prayer of thanks that my helmet had stayed fastened under my chin and the light was still strong from the lamp bonnet. I dusted myself off and surveyed my grave. The top of our canteens were half buried in the dirt at the base of the wall, an arm's length away from me on my right. On my left, I noticed something sticking out from the dirt 10 feet away. It looked flexible. A blanket came to mind. Could it be? A jacket would be a better find. But a blanket would help with the chill that was seeping into my bones. I was far below ground. In 3 giant steps, I had it in my hand. Hallelujah! Jackpot! It was my backpack with a cloth blanket, foil blanket, munch bars and other snacks, and my jacket. Finding all this stuff brought me to my knees. Robbie had looked me in the eye. She'd been telling me lies. I hadn't seen it. Something was wrong. She wouldn't leave me with supplies if she wasn't coming back. Who or what made her do this? Donning my jacket, I gasped at the warmth that surrounded me. Rummaging my hand through the pockets, I discovered matches, a flashlight with batteries, and a helmet light. Reaching out through the dirt that had buried my backpack, I felt around with my fingers. They bumped into something that wasn't dirt or rock. It was pepper and big. Oh my gosh, it's another backpack. I dove into it and discovered mining tools, a pickaxe, a shovel, a pot, and the all-important instant coffee. Clutching the coffee pot to my chest, I curled into a ball and draped my blanket around me